will tell me what you want to get out of this session. So I talked to you guys a little bit about what it'll be about, but give me an idea of what you want to walk away from here with, so we use our 30 minutes effectively. T?
I would like to walk away with just like some ideas so that I could be better every day. Because I feel like other people have different perspectives. I'm like, oh, maybe I could do that. Or maybe that would be helpful to me, so.
Awesome. Bree?
I don't think I could top that. But I would just have the mindset of a winner.
Have a mindset of a winner. And then Ty?
Okay, me is like don't take my mistakes for the other place, you know, like
To let go of mistakes quickly.
yeah.
Perfect. I think we're gonna cover all of that. I think we're good. Okay, so we're gonna start out with one of my favorite quotes, because I'm a quote person, and it's by Steve Jobs, and it says, "Success leaves clues." All right, who can say that in your own words? Success leaves clues. What does he mean by that?
The wrong answer.
Huh?
The wrong answer.
Is there a wrong answer? No. What does he mean when you hear success leaves clues? What does that mean?
Like you do like things right, like they show, like they like.
If you do things right, they show up.
Yeah, like.
Okay, no, we didn't close. Vic,
If you're successful, it'll lead to more success.
if you're successful, it'll lead to more success.
Mine is like kind of off what Miriam is saying, like it leaves clues as in like you can look back and see what you did.
Yes, we got there. Miriam got us to Vic, Vic got us to T. And that's what he meant, right? Is that people are successful, and we know that that's left up to many different interpretations, that you should be able, and you're able to go back and look at their habits, their mindset, decisions that they made, and all those play a part in why they became successful, right? So let's talk about name the greatest athletes in your opinion. Just start throwing them out there.
Michael Jordan.
Serena, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe,
Usain
Bolt, Simone Biles,
Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali. Come on, Autumn. You already said it? All right, so we named some of the greats, right? So we want to be great in our own right? We want to be great in our own right. And they were successful, right? So we're going to look at a successful athlete today, in particular, Kobe. Right?
All right.
We're going to look at Kobe. That's Coach Chacho's favorite person in the world, all right? We're going to look at Kobe. All right? Kobe is famous for doing 6-hour practices, right? 6-hour practices. He would basically punish his body, punish his mind. And his goal was to be as intense and sharp in hour 1 as he was in hour 5, right? It's also well known that he made 50 shots before every game, and he made 50 shots after, right? He wanted to be so in tune with himself that nothing could distract his flow, right? So let's talk about things that are a distraction to an athlete. Things that are distraction. You get to the gym, the arena. What could be a distraction? Crowd. What else?
The audience.
The crowd and the audience. What else?
The other team.
The other team trying to psych you out, or just generally, trolling or bothering you. What else?
Not being focused.
Not being focused. Yeah, take it deeper to yourself. Not being focused. So worrying about other things that have nothing to do with the game. What else could possibly be a distraction for you?
Pain.
Huh? Pain. Pain. That's why he pushed himself beyond pain. You know, at hour 3, he was in pain. He pushed 3 more hours so he'd understand, and he would be able to deal with pain. So when it's setting in the game, remember, he's playing with a broken finger. He had the Achilles, excruciating pain, but he had already put himself through pain. What else? What about a coach saying something to you?
Yes.
It could be a distraction, right? What about you make the first 2 mistakes? Big distraction, right? Do we think that Kobe could be distracted by any of those things?
Yeah, he's human.
Kobe. Was Kobe distracted by any of those things? And they all happened. Was he?
Yeah.
No. No. Out of the people in this room, raise your hand if one of those things we listed has or would be a distraction for you. Awesome. Way to be honest. And that's why we're here, right? So this is session 1 of 4, or maybe more. But I'm just gonna say 4 because I know y'all are bogged down with schoolwork. I don't wanna put that on you guys. So, big thing we're talking about today. I had a PowerPoint that I know y'all watch PowerPoints all day, so I'll be referring to notes. I usually memorize this, don't judge. Big thing we're gonna talk about today, how to get in the zone, how to stay in the zone, right? Another word for that would be mindfulness, being present. Being present, not worrying about what happened, what's gonna happen, but being present, right? So those are the things that we're going to talk about. All right, let's talk about the first strategy. First strategy, to view challenges as an opportunity to shine. All right? If we're gonna get in the zone and stay in the zone, and we're gonna avoid distractions and be able to work through them, we gotta view challenges as an opportunity to shine. All right? We should attack challenges with focus. All right? And what do we focus on? Our goal. And our goal when we go into games is to beat our opponent. Right? So we're attacking challenges with focus and drive, a sense of urgency. We don't want to win a championship next year. We want to win a championship now, this year. And more specifically, every day we got to win the championship. That's a great answer. And then passion. And I've told y'all, passion equals what? Starts with an E. Energy. Right? Somebody tells you tell somebody, I can tell you're really passionate about this. What's the first thing you notice?
Smile.
The energy, they light up, right? If I start talking about my kid, what do? I smile, right? Passion equals energy. So when we make mistakes, which are challenges, right? It creates an opportunity to shine. So somebody give me a scenario, give me a challenge you might face today or you faced.
You mean like in the game?
In a game,
Down by 5 points.
down by 5 points. Challenge, right? Big challenge in volleyball. Really hard to come back. But if we rise to meet the challenge, what do we find out about ourselves? We can do what? Anything, but we can overcome adversity. Right? There's the story. So hey, we go down 5, we can't do nothing about it if we're staying present. Right? But if we're trying to move forward, we down 5, y'all. But if we come back from this, man, this is a big comeback. This say a lot about us, right? And we just experienced that. We went up 2, then we went down 2. And it was like, this sucks. But if we're thinking, forward thinking, and hopefully we were, this sucks, but it's a great comeback. Out of camp, a COVID camp, out of COVID camp to come back, right, like that, show we were in shape, and even if we weren't, we had the fortitude and the drive to push past pain. Who knows if we were in shape? We did get really tired. I did see that. And we pushed through that, right? And we shined. It made a great headline, don't do it again, to somebody on that calendar. It made for a great storyline, okay? But we're not gonna do it again. All right, let's talk about ways to train this mindset, right? So who wants to be able to view challenges as opportunities? Who thinks it's gonna be hard? I do too. All right, actively seek out things that are uncomfortable. So one of the things I adjusted is, you come to me and say, hey, I want to work on something. Hey, I want to do some work after. I want to get some reps, extra practice. What do you want to work on? I don't know. What makes you uncomfortable? What are you still uncomfortable doing? Because that's all that's left for people to expose, is what makes you uncomfortable. So why won't you expose it yourself first? Like Kobe practiced 6 hours. He found out what his weakness was. What went first? So could his opponent expose it? You already knew. But that's pushing yourself to the limit, right? And a coach can't make you do that. We have a good idea of people's limit, but only you know your limit. Only you know when you're leaving something in the tank, right? So somebody give me an example of doing something that makes you uncomfortable.
Out of system.
Out of system, boss?
Yeah,
Yes.
so high, it'll be like,
Sorry.
sorry.
No, it's to us.
But
Like,
it's just the time, but like,
yeah.
And it's being right-handed on right side, because
Yeah.
the ball has to come across your body. Yeah, so what are we gonna do about it? How do we get over this?
I mean, you keep on doing it.
Keep on doing it. What do we change in terms of our mindset about it?
Me personally, like, I tell myself, like, you could do it.
Yeah.
Tell yourself you can do it.
I try to focus and start my approach when the ball is the highest point every time, so I don't be under the ball and I have an angle.
So she has her script, right? Ball starts to drop, you go. And then how you talk about that being something you're not good at. I suck at out of system. Wrong. I'm not good at out of system. Wrong. Here's the correct way to say that. I'm not good at out of system balls yet. Yet. Right? So change the way you talk about that thing you're uncomfortable with and then attack it, work on it. Right? Awesome job, great example. Talk about something non-volleyball that you're uncomfortable doing. So non-skill related, but definitely related to the team. Mel,
Talking, like, I'm bad at, like, saying my mind at the moment.
you're bad at saying my.
Yeah, I'm really quiet in the game, but, like, I do cheer for others, but even, like, the ball coming to me, I don't say nothing, I just pass.
So you
I think
struggle
it's
saying it once or multiple times, or just once?
Once, even once.
Okay, so how are you gonna challenge yourself? If you struggle saying it once and you're uncomfortable, how many times we want Mel to say it? So
7.
3. At least 3, Boogie? Anybody? Anybody?
I
3. Anybody with me who thinks it should be 4? Because we do drill when we do 3.
4 is fine.
I think 4 is uncomfortable enough.
Yeah. I was like, 3 is like just there, but 4 is
I feel like an odd number would be on something.
Yeah, 3 is
Yeah,
like
5. An odd number would be comfortable.
It's ultimately it's on you though, right? Ultimately she gets to decide.
No, no,
Alright, let's take a minute. Go on your paper, and those of you that presented, you can put your same one you shared. Write down something write down a few things that you're still uncomfortable doing. So it can be non-volleyball or volleyball skill related. So a big issue would be if you don't know all the skills required for your position. That's where we need to start with you. You need to know everything that's required of you for your position. Because if you don't know something, that thing's probably uncomfortable for you. More seconds, and you can do it later, but I'm only gonna keep y'all 30 minutes so y'all can nap. I talk about this a lot. This is probably one of the more important things, I think. And it's called visualization, right? Seeing it before it happens in your mind. And any mental stuff you see, any game prep, mental stuff's gonna say, oh, play the game in your head. And I used to say it too, because I was a coach on Google, on all the things. I'll tell my team this pre-game or the day before the game. See yourself doing your job well. See yourself hitting the ball. And then I realized, because I'm a very practical person, I like practical advice. I'm like, they saw themselves. They didn't see themselves. They saw themselves hitting the ball well. What they didn't see is that they hit the first 2 balls out. And how to come back from that, right? So that's what I add to that. Before we get to the arena, you should have done this last night. Play the game in your head. You doing your skills. Play out a rally. You know, your teammate passing, you kicking out to hit or setter. You watching the digger and releasing, hands up early, feet stop. And you're saying all the things that we tell you that you need to do in order to do your job well. But then imagine you make the first 2 points. Imagine you set the first 2 balls bad.
But?
Bad. What are you gonna tell yourself so you don't completely tank? So you don't get out of the zone? Write it down. It can be 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. I'll tell you, and I share this with the high school kids when I speak to them. Mine is you're better than that. But it's because I'm wired like that, right? That creates a little competition with me. You know, that touches my pride. If someone says, you're better than that, or I tell myself, you're better than this, right? That gets me going. That jerks me right out of a slump. I'm like, oh yeah, I know, you are. So what are you gonna tell yourself? And then you can share it with us. Me and T went over this last year when we used to meet. So she'll go first. What you got?
Well, really, I just tell myself, you know how to do this, just do it. Because I think too much about everything. Like, not purposeful thinking, just like thinking, like, what if this goes, like, I don't know how to explain it. You know what I'm saying?
You're not really.
Like, not here, yeah, but not about what I should, what's supposed to come next and how I'm gonna do it. I just like think about other things. So
Oh yeah.
I just say, like, you know how to do this.
You know how to do it.
You've been doing this.
Yeah,
You've
You
been
know
doing this.
Yeah.
Reassuring yourself that you are capable. That you are capable. Because when you start messing up, you start to guess, did I ever do this well? Or was it a fluke? Because I'm sucking today, right?
No, but
What else? What else?
I just say focus. Usually like when I'm like, oh,
She tells herself focus. And which we'll talk about later is really making yourself take a pause. Focus and pause. Right? I love that. Anything else?
I tell myself next ball.
Next ball.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Awesome, I've heard that. So if you don't have any, we're gonna end with, I got a couple of acronyms and a couple of stuff that y'all can use. Awesome, so visualizing, have your script, use your script. And then, like I said, I wanna be short. I'm gonna give you guys, we're gonna go right to the strategies, okay? There's a concept out there and it's called WIN. It's called WIN, and it stands for what's important now. What's important now? And it's been called the most important question. It's the world's greatest question. What's important now? If I walked in that door and I stubbed my toe, it hurt really, really bad, ouch, right? I've got to think, I can either come up here worried and focused on the pain of my toe that might be broke.
I sure does feel that.
Or I can focus on what's important now. And what was that? To come up and to give this message. So having said that, we can think of 1,000 scenarios throughout the day that force us to ask the question, what's important now, right? All right, so let's go non-volleyball first because we want to develop the whole person, the whole athlete. Let's go non-volleyball. Give me a scenario. Something went wrong. You failed the test. Failed the test. All right. You look online. Is that where your grade is? And you see, dang, I failed. Right? You have assignments due in other classes. You have volleyball in a couple of hours. Well, the next day. You saw this at nighttime. What's important now? You read that bad news. What's the most important thing that you've got to be focused on? The very next moment.
Your next assignment.
Your next assignment. What else? You got to get up early for volleyball. So
Sleeping.
go to sleep. Don't let it keep you up all night. That's important now. What else?
Moving forward.
What did I learn? What resources do I need to use? Who do I need to call and reach out to help for? Right? You see a bad grade, you're struggling, you honestly don't know what's going on. Hey, I really don't know this. I thought I did okay. Right? I need to go to sleep. And I probably need to get help. Right? I need to reach out to Miss Indy or my professor or their assistant. All right, let's go to volleyball. we know we need to use what's important now in volleyball, right?
Yeah.
Right? Because 3 contacts happen in every single rally. Right? So somebody shanks the first ball, Miyuki, or sends it. I'm picking on you. You know, we talked about this. You passed the ball back, and we already to the hit, and you're still like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, we already hit the ball. Move on. Right? So, DS, serve, receive, passes a 1. What's the very next thing that's important for that DS?
Cover.
Cover.
Yeah.
Cover. Because guess what? Our setter is sprinting, hauling ass to go chase it down. She needs to get in a position to take third ball if she has to. Does she have time to worry about the shank?
No.
Absolutely not. All right. Kim goes up. Kim is in front row. That's all she plays. She can pass though, just to be clear. She's in front row and she hits the ball. She is set. She hits the ball in the net. What's important now?
The next play.
What happens next? She hit the ball in the net. Serve receive. What's her role in serve receive? Shorts. That's how fast you have to move on. Right? Kim goes up, she blocks a ball. It's a hot, nice and high touch. She's disappointed. She was there on time. It should have been a stub. But what's important now? Transition, get ready to hit. Okay, I gave 3 examples. Y'all take over. Come on. I gave y'all the pattern. How's it go? Somebody set up a scenario for me.
Hitting right to the DS.
Somebody hits directly to the DS on the other side. What's important now?
Blocking.
The blockers. Because guess what? They're going to get a great pass if you hit right to them. Right? Blocking. Move on. My next task is to block. Right? You come off the court and Coach Cacho rips you a new one. You coming out, she rips you a new one, Bree. What do you do? She already been ripped. So. Next time coming, don't worry about it. And, you coming off, and what's important now?
My teammates, I think.
Because that's the very next people you're gonna see.
Yeah.
They gonna
The teammates.
We're gonna hype
They
it
gonna
up.
let you know it's okay.
Yeah.
You always help me.
And that happened, and I knew I was gonna talk about this, and you got ripped, and everybody will get ripped. And I was like, you handled it well. I was like, okay, I got you. And then he's like, yeah, I went through the line. That was perfect. That's perfect. All right? You know, own it, get your feedback, move on. Right? Take what you need from the message. I need to get that ball. I need to get that ball, you know? And move on. Right? So that was a great sign of mental toughness. I was like, okay, Bree, I see you. I see you. Awesome. So we're going to remind ourselves of what's important now. How many times throughout a match?
Every play.
Every ball. Every ball, right? We're going to commit to saying it, right? And our teammate is frustrated and they really want to tell us they saw a story. No, but you don't understand. I'm really trying. What's important now? Come on. No, really. I would appreciate when something goes wrong and I'm harping on it for 2 or 3 minutes instead of getting to the solution. Every now and then I would appreciate somebody saying, what's important now?
Like, what can you do?
Yeah, that's solution driven. Awesome. So we're reminding our teammates of that when they start to gripe. Like, yeah, I hear you gripe back at the hotel on the bus. But what's important now? And what is that? We want to win. W-I-N. We can't win if we don't focus on what's important now from moment to moment. That's really, truly mental toughness. How many people can say that hadn't been their mindset and that if you use this, you know that you're going to become significantly more present and in the zone and be able to stay in the zone? Raise your hand.
I've already used
It's
that.
inconsistent. Like,
You do it?
Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm doing that, and then other times I just completely.
How many people would love for their teammate to remind them of this if they forget it?
I feel like they
Yeah. almost everybody said that, right? So it's already understood that you can step out your comfort zone and do it because your teammate wants it, right? Awesome.
I think they do it. They're pretty good.
I think so.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like
Every
like,
time I
when-
go to bench, I have feedback.
No, even in the play, I hit the ball out, and I was just like, I was like, please, just let me get to my spot. Like, I'm embarrassed.
Like,
I hit
don't
the
say
ball
nothing to
out.
me.
Yeah. But they, like, someone, I don't know who it was, someone was holding me back, like, no, come on, it's okay. And
Oh, I
yeah, and I was just like,
Yeah, I was the person that wanted to walk back to my spot, and I didn't want to hear anybody say anything.
yeah.
Honestly,
I'm
if
sorry.
I'm honest,
I'm embarrassed, bro. Like,
yeah, because you know what you need to do, but like I mentioned to you guys before, sometimes it ruins energy when you do that. It's
But
something,
the
the way
way it's said, and
Yeah,
so they're like,
it's tension.
what
It's
is
an
it?
attitude.
You
Yeah.
think you're
Yeah,
fine,
yeah.
and it's not a purposeful negative attitude, but that attitude shift, because everybody's like, pump you up, and you're like, no, don't pump me up, I'm fine. Right then and there, it kills energy and chemistry. It just works like that. So it's not that people are being selfish. After you're made aware of it, that it doesn't work, it doesn't help the energy, then it becomes selfish. At first, it's just being aware. Okay, I didn't even mean it like that, but now that you mention it, I'll try not to. So it's gonna take a few people longer than others, but we don't let people walk back to their spot and look down.
It's like how your tone of even the tone of how you say something like, oh, I got the next one. It's like the tone of that sometimes could come off wrong. Like, I got the next one. It's fine. Like, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
like
she's
the
talking
We're
about.
good at coming to the center though after
I
that
think
point.
so too.
Awesome. All right, so let's go some strategies. So we in the zone. How do we stay in the zone? So if our little brain is trying to get out of the zone, one strategy we can use is to pause. So most of the time we believe we don't have time to pause. Did we give this pause a time frame? Did we say it has to be this long or that long? No, I'm asking you to pause. Right? Miriam used the word focus, and I think that can make you think pause is focus. Take a second and focus. Get back present, get back in the zone. I also talked to Miriam last week. We met, we talked about this one. A 10-second stare. So you can't do this in the game, but if you come out of the game and you cannot let a mistake go, Boogie, you can stare at the ceiling 10 seconds. And what it does is it breaks up your thoughts. Or just find some random spot on the wall and it breaks up thought. If you find yourself on the sideline starting to maybe think negative or overthinking, stare at the spot 10 seconds. Breaks
Is that
up.
how you do that? Like, I noticed it.
Oh no, I just don't. No, I just check out.
Yeah, and then when we did that 3 deep breath things before the game.
4.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, just to kind of get present, get in the zone, get in this space. Awesome. And then here's another one. In order to get out of your head and kind of into your body is to become aware of your 5 senses. And what they mean by that is, make an observation of what do you see in the building. How many times have you gone in the gym and you've not paid attention to maybe what's in the rafters? Or how many times can you recall exactly what you saw in a gym? Like, I remember that exit sign was like on that one door, it was at the top, and it was one. How many people can really truly say when you go into places that you look at things that way, that intimately?
Oh, that's not consistent, but for the most part. Yeah.
How many people know if there's a basketball goal behind the court or not? How many people recognize if it's the big space into the wall or it's a small space?
I mean,
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, so all of that stuff, when we get to the gym, so you've done your pregame, well, we've done our pregame stretch. This is our pregame mental stretch. You had your pregame meal. You did your night before visualization. Now we're in the gym, and I gotta get in this place. I gotta get everything, my body, mind, here. You gotta take note of the space, right? You should walk the court, right? There's a guideline about how close the sideline can be to the court. And most people have that. Some people, we barely make it in some of the swag schools. Are you paying attention to that right back, middle back? Are you looking? Do you know that? Right? So, becoming aware of your space, getting into your senses. What do I see? What do I hear? What do I smell? Might be knee pads. Or, right? What do I feel? You know, maybe kind of touching knee pads, maybe, I don't know, fix your shirt, do anything. Y'all play with your tights all day, so not that. But, so get out of your head into your senses. Right? So that's a great strategy. And then the last thing, our approach to the match. Here's how we get in the zone. We're fun, which equals energetic. We're fluid, which means we're adaptable and open to change. Whatever happens, we're ready. And then the third one is flexible, which is pretty much the same as fluid. Fun, fluid, flexible. That's how we get in the zone. How do we stay in the zone? Sum it up in your own words. How do we stay there?
Our energy has to be.
Keep your energy high. Avoid what?
Distraction.
Distractions. Negative thoughts. We welcome challenges. Welcome challenges. Because when you don't, they show up anyway.
Right.
If you fear it, it's coming. Right?
Like, don't serve to me.
If you like, don't serve me, that ball makes its way over there to you.
I don't know anything that's really look like these, like serve me.
I love that.
I'm not
If
like,
they ask me, I might do it again.
Do it again.
Oh yeah, I always do this.
Yeah, I can have it.
I always do something.
All right, that's all I got. I hope y'all got some good notes. I try to be short and sweet. We think we got anything we can implement today.
Yes.
Awesome. So next time we'll go, next weekend we'll look at facing fear. Facing fear and some strategies to deal with fear. All right, I'll see you guys down at, is something to eat?
We already ate.
You can stop for me. Y'all already ate?
Yeah.
Tacos.